I know nobody's in here yet, but what's up, everybody? You all know what it is. You know what it do. We'll see what happens with these. Can I like? I'm gonna have to pull it up on over here to give it a like. Oh no, what if? Okay. Looks good, looks good. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. If you're here, that might actually just be me though, on my computer. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing good. See if I can lower that a little bit. Can't really see that up there. Probably should make a video about this. Maybe rather than just going live. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. I guess I can just look at all that on here. So, yo, what's up, Palmer? How are you doing today? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Doing a little bit of a, something that I don't really do too often. Oh, hold on. Hey, Peter, this is an English channel, so please try to write in English for me if you can. I can't really decipher that. I'm sorry. Vroom vroom, piggy in vroom vroom city. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, what's up, Kev Dog? How are you doing, man? Thanks for joining me. Wow. Okay. Immediately 11 people or so in here. I appreciate that. That's very very awesome. I don't usually do streams like this, so and I know it's just the beginning, so people are probably just piling on in for now, but we'll see how this goes. And yeah, I'm doing all right. Yeah, I think some things could be better, but if you could see the thumbnail, I just got my Google AdSense PIN in the mail. I've been kind of struggling to get that, and so the monetization on the channel is returned. And so I just kind of wanted to make something real fast, do something like this real quick to let everybody know. And yeah, what am I doing this stream? Honestly, this is just kind of gonna be a just chatting kind of thing. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here like this exactly, but I'm gonna try to go for at least an hour, and we'll see where it goes from there. But yeah, I'm just gonna be talking, shooting the shit with y'all, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. There's a few things that I kind of want to bring up and talk a little bit about, once more people are here, I guess. But time to play some Rocket League. Yeah. oh yeah, oh okay, I see. Okay, I know who that is. I know who that is. Hell yeah. Rocket League's fun though. It's not really something I play too often, personally, but yeah, it is fun. That's for sure. A lot of people play that just all the time. I have a few friends, including Surf Day Mate 10, that apparently like their Rocket League. So, but yeah, it's not really one of my games of choice, but I respect it. I respect it. Any game is a good game, you know, at least more or less. Um, but yeah, so other than the channel being back up and fully like running again in terms of the monetization stuff, your Rocket League streams would attract a lot of viewers. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I haven't tried it, so who knows. Maybe I should give it a shot sometime. It's not yeah, not wrong. I know it's a really popular game, so at least I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, hell yeah. So, yeah, just kind of wanted to, I guess, hop on here and let everybody know what's going on with the channel. Everything's back up and going. I started my training today. IDK if I care for my new job. I feel that. What's up, Sentinel? How are you doing, brother? Yo, I got some pay from my job that let me go just a little bit ago. Not really what I was expecting, but we'll talk about that a little bit. So I'm gonna get you that Helldivers 1 Sentinel. No, don't worry about that. But yeah, we got some stuff to talk about. That's for sure. Slightly balling, I guess you could. Yeah, I guess balling just a little bit. Um, so we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But yeah, I mean, it will only last till July 10th, just remember. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get it to you like, I don't know, probably tonight or latest like tomorrow or something. It's not a big deal. I'll get that to you real soon. Um, so, you know, yeah. Anyways, I mean, you could probably tell by the title, that's kind of like the main topic. Yeah, I just really wanted to let everybody know what's going on. I was able to get my PIN number that was sent to this address and get my AdSense all back up and running. So we are good on that front. And dude, I was so happy to see that piece of mail. This piece of mail in particular, the Google AdSense. Um, I don't know. Dude, I freaked out. I was just like, I don't know why. It's just like, it means a lot to me. So, yeah, I guess what I can do is now I can do these goals again. Let's do let's do this. Let's put out a goal again. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's been something that it kind of bummed me out because I had the monetization for like 4 months, and then because I hadn't received the PIN number that I had sent to my last address, after 4 months they took the monetization away until I could do that. So it was kind of a bummer, being monetized and then basically everything just being shut down. So now everything's back. I'm I'm just really happy about that. And it gives me more incentive. It gives me the incentive I kind of need right now to come on here and make content on the channel. So because I am currently still trying to find a fucking job. So, you know, it's rough out here. So, but yeah, let's talk a little bit about that. You know, so the last job that I worked at, I barely worked at it, right? So I was there for about 6 days, and they, I had, okay, so they told me that they were going to pay me. Just want to see how you're doing, so at least you're good. So far, I'll see you later. All right, brother. Peace out, my man. Yeah, so I had to, the agency that I worked for, you get paid by that scam job on the first. That's exactly what I'm about to talk about. So, yeah. Um, they told me that they were going to send me my paycheck, basically my prorated paycheck for the amount of time that I actually worked, the 6 days or so. And I actually they didn't send it to me like on their own on the first, right? So I gave them, yesterday, which was the first, and most of the day today to send that to me, but it wasn't coming through. So I texted her phone number directly and was like, hey, you said you were going to pay me on the first. Is there a delay on that or what's going on? Just let me know. And she sends the message sent, and then the payment came through, which tells me that she really didn't care about sending it to me on time at all, or maybe even at all, because like if I hadn't messaged her, I don't know when or if she would have ever sent it. So yeah, it was kind of bizarre for sure. Oh, what's going on here? Put that back on. Sorry. Um, but yeah, they did send me the payment today after I bugged them about it, and it was, oh man, I'm bro, I'm pissed. I'm pretty upset. Yeah, bitch better have my money. Yeah, for real. That's how I was, man. I was like, bro. So, anyways, how much did they actually send me, and was it reasonable for the amount of time that I worked? They sent me 250 bucks. That's it. And sure, like that's some money, you know. It's some money. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get right now, but I did the calculation on that for 6 days of 8 hours of work. That came out to about 40 bucks a day, and that equals $5 per hour for the time that I was there. So they basically just sent me pay of $5 an hour today after being let go almost like 2 to 3 weeks ago. Um, yeah, I'm gonna need about tree fitting. Yeah, dude. I was pretty upset. I was expecting closer to about $500, and that would have been about minimum wage. Anyway, so I was expecting at least a minimum wage kind of a deal. And get this, right? Their base pay that they said, right? Yeah. I said that too. I said that to her. I was like, you know, it doesn't matter if you don't pay hourly, right? Like labor laws say that if you do pay salary or whatever it is, that if it would come out to be less than the minimum wage, the state minimum wage where you live, then that's illegal. It's just straight up. So I made that clear to her. Like, this isn't, that's not reasonable and that's illegal. So, I was just like, you can send me the rest of the money that you that I rightfully should receive for payment, and I won't file a complaint or try to get, um, talk to a lawyer or anything like that, a consultation with a lawyer or something. Because, like, I can't just, like, I'm not just gonna, like, roll over and accept that, right? Like, I've gotta at least try to do something about that. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's just, it's crazy. I'm lucky that they even sent me any money, but it ended up being less than half. Yeah, that it turned out to be less than half of my state's minimum wage. So, like, I could go to McDonald's and make more working there. Like it's crazy, dude. There are a bunch of crooks for that. Yeah, yeah. I agree with you there. Um, so, you know, we'll see what happens. After I told her that, you should pay me the rest of that money that you owe me, or I'm gonna, get a consultation and file a complaint. She didn't respond to that. It's funny because she in the text messages that we sent back and forth today, she told me that the monthly base pay was like a minimum of 1,800 per month. And that, if I calculate it right, would come out to be about minimum wage. And yeah, they basically cut that in half. Like, and I worked more, like, just a day more than a week, so it's like they would have had to pay me about $540 for it to have come out to Missouri minimum wage. And yeah, they fell very short of that. So there's going to be some hell to pay on that for sure. I'm going to see what, I'm going to try to figure out what I can do. I know that I don't really know, like, I have no idea how that kind of thing goes, but, you know, I guess I'll find out now, right? So I'll be doing some research into that and trying to file a complaint and talk to a lawyer or something, and we'll see what we can do. But, it's a very small, like, honestly, it's a pretty small. Yeah, no, I agree, man. It sucks that that place just, like, I don't even know, man. Like, that shit blew my mind, dude. Um, because, like, why waste both of our time and, especially your money on trying to, and mine money as well, trying to get my license to work there when you're not even going to give me a fair chance. So it's just, I don't know, man. It was totally out of nowhere that they just, oh yeah, you're not a good fit. We're gonna let you go. Hit up legal aid and get a consult with an employment lawyer. Yep, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Um, yeah, I was looking into it a little bit today, but I mean, I haven't done anything yet, but I haven't even talked to, like, family about it yet. So, I'm gonna talk with people, and I'm gonna figure out on my own more what I can do about that, and try to get what I rightfully deserve. And there's we're just gonna go from there. And I'm still looking for another job. So I actually had an interview today that was weird. It was for Allstate Insurance Company, and it was weird. Like, I had to join a Zoom call, and it was supposed to be like a 15-minute interview. That's what it said. But where I work, I spend a few hours in my office every day. Nice. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah. Don't you said that you do like paper shredding? That sounds like fun. That was something I always liked doing as a kid, shredding paper. It was just fun for some reason. Um, but yeah, I this interview that I had today was just odd. Like I got into this Zoom meeting on time and they sent us into a room with like 10 other people or so, like 10 or so other people. And um, they like the host joins it and then it's just they're just like talking about this hiring platform and this website and it's like an it's like an AI hiring interview thing, right? So they're just like telling us how to get onto this website and um, get into the application or like the interview process for this specific job. And then you just get off the Zoom call and then finish it up out after that. So the Zoom call was like totally almost no point to it, almost other than getting us onto the website and then we had to do like this um, it was a non face to face interview. It was like you're just talking to the camera, right? You're answering the questions to the camera, and then I'm guessing I don't know if somebody actually reviews it or what, but I'm pretty sure that this platform is like an AI thing, right? And then you can use that platform to just like sift through candidates with AI rather than like actually taking the time to interview people, which is crazy. And I don't think that I hope that they're not using AI to just review my submissions, but I don't know, man. Like this whole hiring, some of this stuff is weird, bro. And yeah, I don't know. I've got to keep sending out more applications and try to find something good. It feels like I don't know. You haven't had an AI interview yet? Well, I'm glad that you haven't because I've kind of run into it a couple times. I know Target is something they started doing during the pandemic, I think, and Target does that, but I'm supposedly they have somebody actually review your submission, but they can also use like that platform is also AI based and you can use it to just have AI accept you or something like I don't get it, bro. People are just like they do not want to do anything. It's crazy. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it went exactly. I'm hoping that I don't know what they're gonna do with it. It's like they give you 15 seconds. Oh man, it was so weird. Like man, like the general application thing. It's hard to explain, but like they just had the video of this person talking, and she was like, oh, she seemed like she was an AI, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't. And that gave me a red flag. I was like, okay, this is weird. Why are you talking like you're trying to be all emotive and happy but it's like all I'm here for is an interview. Like you don't have to do that. I don't know. It's weird, man. But and then so I also had a state farm agency that like reached back out to me right before I started at the farmers agency, and I reached out to them after I got fired. Yeah, insurance companies are starting to get on my nerves too, man. Target was still doing phone screens. Oh, okay. Phone screens last you applied. Okay. Yeah, I tried applying a while back, like probably almost a year ago now, honestly. And I mean, they had this like, I don't know, all these places have these like stupid personality tests, and they're just so annoying to do because like it's like choose one of these answers that is the most like you and choose one answer that's the least like you. But almost no matter what you choose, you like there's no right answer. There's no perfect choice. And no matter what you choose, it's always going to come off like badly or poorly. Like it just I don't know, man. It's stupid. Like why are you trying to personality test me? Like it's crazy, dude. Mm, Um, but yeah, that stuff gets on my nerves, and then to not even be able to talk to somebody like that, it kind of is weird. It throws me off. Target was still doing phone streams. I was applying on warehouse and printing side though. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. Maybe that might have to do with it, I guess. Right. Yeah. Yeah, insurance companies, I don't know. We all know they're scams, and they're just trying to take your money and then never have to pay you anything back in the event of a claim. Like that's pretty much how they make their money is by not paying, you know, your claims. So I don't know. Yo, what's up, Carl? How's it going, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for joining. It has been a minute since I've done something like this. Oh shit. Sorry. Um, I don't. I still don't know. You know, I haven't done this enough. I will say that after the last couple ones that I did a while back, I just haven't. I don't know. I've just been focused on trying to get back to work and all that stuff, and also the monetization on the channel got shut down, so I was kind of bummed out. But we got that sorted out. I got my AdSense PIN number, and so we're live again. Channel is thriving, and right now I'm just you know I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. Um, and yeah, so Carl, I know you're just joining in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm very happy about that. Man, I freaked out when I saw that. I was like, dude, I'm never gonna get this PIN number. I've got to wait months before I can like manually validate myself or something. Because I found out that there's a way if you don't get your PIN number after having it sent to you a bunch, that you can like manually validate yourself with like a driver's license or something like that. But I didn't want to have to do that. I just wanted to get my PIN number, put it in, and get my stuff back. But yeah, it's just I don't know why it took so long. But yeah, I had another PIN number sent here. It just took a little while longer than I expected, and we're back. So yeah, I'm very very excited about that. You know, it's gonna be it gives me some incentive, more incentive. This kind of incentive that I kind of need right now to make content on the channel, and you know, there's other ways to monetize, but like I really I just like knowing that I'm like officially monetized, you know? It's not about like the money or anything like that. It's just the fact that I can officially, if my audience was kind enough and there were enough of you, like it could become like a pretty significant source of income. It's not that like like it's just that fact that that's possible. It has nothing to do with the amount of money that I could make or anything like that. It's just that the fact that you could make this into a source of income, basically. Just that fact. It's that's the incentive that a lot of people need nowadays. Unfortunately, that's just like that's kind of how the world works, you know. So, but you know, yo, what's up, Light? How's it going, man? Thanks for joining in the stream. Hope you're doing well. Um, my chat has like stopped working on my phone. I'm like way behind on my phone, but I got you guys up over here, so we are good. But happy you seem to be doing better. You know, I'm doing the best I can. You know, I'm just really happy that my channel is all back up and running fully again, and so cool. I'm out dashing right now, so I might disappear after a while. Oh, you're good, man. No problem, no problem. I don't even know how long I'm gonna be on here. I was just kind of gonna go off of how it goes and whatnot. You know, just hopping on just on a whim, basically. And I was thinking of either doing this or making a video, but you know, I'll of course I'm gonna make a video eventually, so don't have to really worry about that. But you know, I just figured it's been a while since I've done this, so I'd hop on here, and you know, I've got some stuff to talk about. So yeah, here we are. But you know, I'm doing okay. Things could be much better than they are right now. That's for sure. But you know, I've got some good and bad news for you all today. So earlier, just a little bit ago in the stream, you know, we opened up with talking about the Google AdSense stuff. Um, so like memberships, super chats, all super thanks, and all that stuff is back active on the channel again. And how's my musculoskeletal system feeling? It could be better, brother. It could be better. I can't deny that. There's a lot of different things going on in terms of my health right now, and you know, I kind of feel like I have to put that, like, put getting that stuff taken care of and like work. I have to put that stuff off until I have a job because like that should be my main focus, not my health, which is just backwards. Like I hate that about America. I hate that about the United States living here, bro. Um, you know, it's just yeah, I gotta start stretching more. I gotta stop sitting down at the computer for so long every day. You know, like if I'm not, you know, if I'm not streaming or whatever, like I should be laid up, recovering, and or you know doing exercises or something like that. But I struggle with that stuff, man. I am so bad at doing the stuff that I need to be doing, that I know I need to be doing. So I don't know. American capitalism at its finest. Yep. Yep. And yep. It just is how it is, you know? It's like people only care about how your career is going and not how your health is, basically. And like your your health is basically tied to your career or whatever you do for work. I have what everyone wants, government healthcare. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, no, that's great. I am also I have medicated at the moment, but like I feel like I can't like it's not like how do I justify to people that I'm going to the doctor and like but I'm not I don't have a job. Like how do you justify that to people in America? Like you have to have a job before anyone will think that okay, then you deserve you basically if you're working you deserve to have health care. But I don't know, it's just the way it's I don't know, bro. That's how it feels living in America. And you know people may I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard to get over that, you know. And so, and like, I don't even have my own car, so like, I'd have to rely on people to take me to the doctors and all that stuff. So it's like I'm just trying to find the job and then get a car, and then can do all that stuff on my own. But so the job hunt right now, um, it's okay. I haven't landed anything yet, but like I was supposed to have a I was supposed to have a I had an Allstate interview. I had a for like a remote insurance producer position, and um, what's the purple crown thing next to my name? Oh, yo, that means you're a top fan, brother. That means you're the number one top fan, tied with a bunch of other people, but you're the number one. You're the number one, brother. That's what that means. It doesn't mean anything else. It just means that you're number one, okay? I just want you to know that. So that's kind of funny, but anyways, I had an interview with Allstate today, and it was weird. Number one, let's go. Yeah. Um, so I went into the Zoom call today. They threw me in a group call with like a bunch of other people, a bunch of other candidates, I guess, and this person came in and just basically explained that we need to go on this website, log in, get to the right application or whatever, and then from what I understand, this website, I'm the best. I'm Brandon's number one. Let's go, dude. You're number one, dude. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's pretty much. I think it's just per stream too. So it just goes off of like who's most active, and then I think like for some reason 75 XP is like the max. I don't know why. I don't know like yeah. I don't really get it. But you know, they're trying out new things, I guess. Um, but can I be number two? I don't know actually, because I don't. I mean, you can try. You can try. um, you just, I don't know. I really don't know how it works, bro. I'm sorry. If I could tell you exactly like what to do to be number two or to like get XP, I think you just need to chat and like be here and like talk in here, but yeah, start sending. Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, that's a good way. That's facts, dude. If you send a super chat, if you send a super chat, you'll be number one in no time. No, you'll take that straight from Carl, bro. I'll be number five then. Currently, you're number four. Okay, actually, you're not number five. Kev Dog is number five. Riva is number four. Peter was in here earlier talking a bunch of, I don't know if that was like Korean or Russian. I think that might be Korean. I don't know. Um, yeah. um, but yeah. So, anyways, guys. Anyways, this interview that I had today was very odd. Went into a Zoom call with a bunch of other candidates, and the person comes in and just tells us to go to this website, and uh, he was number one. Yeah, that's a good one. Um, just telling us to go to this website, and this website, I believe, is like this kind of like AI hiring system, right? So it can be used to just have AI sift through candidates and just like I'm guessing, I don't really know for sure, but that's what I'm afraid of. I don't know how to do super chats, but I'm number one for now. That's right. That's right. You don't have to worry about that until somebody somehow unless somebody else super chats, pretty much. I think it's the only way I think to really get more XP than you currently have. But yeah, anyways. Um, so yeah, went on this website and it was basically like I did this whole interview thing. I didn't actually get to talk to anybody during the interview process, right? It was just this lady came to tell us to go to this website and then do the non face to face like automated um, camera. Like I don't know. It's just dumb. I hate interviews like that because I did that for like Target one time, and you just never talk to somebody and then they can reject you without ever even saying a word to you. It's just I don't know. I hate it. So I don't know if that's really gonna be a thing, but yeah, I mean I've been sending out some applications for sure. Like I tried to reach out to this State Farm, and yeah, I don't trust anyone who does a virtual interview. I mean, like virtual interviews are okay as long as you're actually talking to somebody that works at the company, But if you're just going onto a website and you're just recording your response to questions, and then they could be taking your responses, like your video response, and putting it into AI, and like they're just like using your likeness for things, or like using it to build their AI, right? So that's what I'm worried about. Like, I had a Zoom interview once, and I was so scared. I got rejected anyway. That old woman looked at me like I had three heads. Oh, geez. Well, yeah. Sometimes, like, yeah, interviews are never really that fun to begin with, and then just changing it, changing it all up, and like so I would have they would give me 15 seconds to like read the question and then try to think of a response and then just say the response in a recording. But I don't know, bro. I don't like that. I don't like that way of doing interviews. And because God knows what these companies that, you know, like they're probably using your responses, like your video recordings, in AI, bro. Like you're using your stuff to build their AIs, and I don't know. I just don't know how to feel about it. Um, but yeah. So job search, of course, is still in process, but you know, I'm looking for something. I got my property and casualty license, and but it seems like my grandpa's the kind of like he just kind of wants me to have any job. He doesn't care what kind of job it is. And so like he would prefer if I just went to work at McDonald's or something for the time being. Even like I don't know, bro. Um and I don't know. It just sucks. Like I'm trying to get somewhere better, but this last agency, they're paying me about minimum wage anyway, even if they gave me the full pay. Okay, so Carl, if you're still here, and those of you that are kind of recently coming in as well, or haven't heard of everything that I talked about previously in the stream, I had to yeah, okay. So I had to the agency that I was working with, the farmers agency that I started to work at just recently, they told me after they let me go that they would still give me my prorated pay for the time that I did work from their monthly base pay. They were supposed to pay that to me on the first, and I had to text this lady today that owns the agency. I had to text her directly and basically remind her like, "Hey, you told me you were going to pay me yesterday. Where's that money?" like, and so I sent, I was texting her about that, and she just basically just texted me back saying sent, and my PayPal came through with $250. $250. So for 6 days, 6 days of 8 hours of work, $250. Sometimes really odd jobs work great. My first job I got last year, and it's a seasonal job. I work as an actor at a haunted house, and I did well, but I had like no acting experience. That sounds cool. I recommend it as a fun little side gig. That would be fun. Do you do they provide like costumes and whatnot? Or right, Carl. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying right now. So I did the calculation on that, right? For the 8 hours a day that I was there over 6 days, divided by that is $40 a day at $5 an hour. Like, yeah, um, insane. And I was letting her know, like, that comes out to like less than half of my state's minimum wage for the hours that I was working. And I mean, that basically makes me able to file a complaint to the Department of Labor, and I'm gonna try to talk to a lawyer or something, because like I'm not like, no, no, I'm not gonna just accept that and be like, oh, okay, just gotta move on. Like, it's just insane. And she even told me in our text messages today that, okay, yeah, and you turn them in at the end of the night, but obviously it will depend on the business. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Right, right. Yeah, that would be kind of fun for sure. And like I'm already in like a night owl anyway, so like that would kind of line up with my waking hours, right? Probably at night, working and stuff. Probably to the later hours in the morning or earlier, at the beginning of the morning. So that would could be a good option. The only problem is that's like seasonal, so that's insane. Short changing people in today's economy is beyond trash. I agree, dude. You know, it's just insane. So in our text messages today, they said that $1,800 a month is the base pay, the minimum base pay, right? I talked to the other guy that worked there. He said that I should have an option between 1,800 or 2,100 or something. Two options. One, the lower 1,800 option would have a or a higher commission, but the 2,100 would have a slightly lower commission rate, right? So I would have obviously chosen the higher the higher of the base pay, but I never even had that choice. They just made it for me at this point, and so yeah, of course they're talking about the 1,800, and what they sent me, $250. The 1,800 a month for the time that I worked, that would have came out to about $540. They sent me less than half of what they owe me. What what I basically worked for. Like that's what I was expecting to make, and that was the agreement. Basically, that's what she said in her words. That 1,800 was the agreement, and yeah, it's just blatant. Um, and then she's like, I told her, I was like, I could go to McDonald's and make more than that. Like what do you think you're doing? And then she was like, okay, but we don't pay per hour like McDonald's, and we pay based off of performance. It's like that's not what a that's okay. Commission, yeah, that's based off performance. I can accept that, but your base pay should not be affected by performance at all. Like base pay is just base pay. You know what I mean? So for her to act like my performance is what caused them to maybe send me less than what the agreed base pay was. I haven't really had people try to scare me. Might happen next October though. Oh yeah, like the last season I had a woman flash me. Oh hell yeah. That's dope, dude. That's awesome. Oh man. So yeah, like you're talking about like customers or like the people going through the haunted house trying to scare you. I mean, they can try. They can try. But I mean, you're the one that's supposed to be doing the scaring. How are they going to scare you? Unless they're like threatening to beat you up or something. Oh yeah. No, yeah. It's probably like, "Oh, what the hell? I don't know how to oh, okay, thanks, I guess." Um, but yeah, with their odor. I go to a haunted house and yell creepy stuff the actors aren't allowed to say. I scare them. Okay, damn. Okay, that's fucked up. uh, oh man, saying creepy shit. Never underestimate drunk guests. Yeah, yeah, they definitely gotta be wary of that. Somebody just turns around and fucking straight to the face. That that's not good. Not good. Me. Yeah, man. Oh shit. Yeah, I know it's been a while since I've done this, so not like not everybody is really expecting me to be live right now at all. So, people are just not either, a lot of people aren't some of the same people that came in the last ones. I mean, Carl's here, of course. Reva, I don't know if Light was in here in the last few, but it's been a while since we did those. And then, of course, Surf Day May 10, bro. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Is there other jobs outside of insurance you'd be interested in applying for? Um, yeah, yes. But I've kind of, I don't know, like, I'd like to be involved in, like, I just want to be around technology. Like that's all I really want. That's what I really want to be around. So like any kind of job that revolves around tech, like I'll be there. I'd be down. So since I have the insurance license, but I saw that Facecam was like I have to check in. Hell yeah. No, you're good, bro. And I'm not. I wasn't really taught. Like you were there. You were there when on the last streams like this that I've done. So I'm not talking about like the gaming stuff and all that. Um, so, I appreciate you being here, brother. And you know, I understand that the whole gaming stuff isn't for everybody, but you know, I don't know. Um, until I've got a job and all that stuff, like I can't really make other kinds of content at the moment. Like I can do this, I can talk about some life stuff on the stream, and but like I don't know, it's just kind of hard. Like Oh, you've been watching the videos. This is your first stream? Hell yeah. Nice. And I think you might have commented, I might have seen you comment on some videos at one point, so I thought I might recognize you. Um, what is Super Earth? Oh, you're good, bro. Bro, okay, but hold on. We need to talk about that for a second. You don't know what Super Earth is? Nah, dude. Sorry, bro. I'm just kidding, but that is very undemocratic of you. I'll just say that. That's very undemocratic of you. Um, I don't play the games you play, and I have a very limited range of games, but you should post some more. Do Minecraft Let's Play vids? Yeah. Um, maybe one day I'll do some Minecraft Let's Plays, but that's something that I used to do in the past a long time ago, and like it's just very difficult to get traction with Let's Plays. So I think that I think that streaming gameplay is the better way to do it, or do edited down content, um, like gaming related content. It should be either edited down for videos, or you should basically be one of the OG YouTubers that started with Let's Play, like started it all on Let's Plays. And because like even now, even a lot of people that used to do Let's Plays have basically stopped. They've basically switched to streaming, and then they just upload clips from their stream onto their channel. There's very few people that actually just like sit down and record their gameplay and then post it nowadays. There's just very few people that can make that successful now. And um, even, I don't know. This guy does Minecraft, be like, yeah, just do just fake a speed run, a speed run. Oh no. I thought Earth was the name of the planet. I mean, I guess I'm not democratic then. I only like Nintendo's Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon. You're good, brother. Um, but damn, you're missing out. You're missing out on democracy. That's for sure. So you don't play. You just play like Switch and stuff. You don't really play like PlayStation or anything like that. What is just Earth sauce? Super Saiyan Earth. OMG, remember popular MMOs and Stampy? Oh yeah. Stampy, bro, I could never watch Stampy. I liked Blue Zephos. Um, Blue Zephos, like they did really good cool content with like custom maps and like I don't know, bro. They like set up stories with their gameplay and like maps and everything. Like it was just so that was incredible to see how they put together their like their series basically. Um, it made Minecraft feel like it was magical. Like there's more to Minecraft than there actually is. Like I don't know. Like cause I don't know. It's just like you could make it whatever you want it to be. That's what it felt like they were doing, and I really like that. Um, Yep, and no, I want a PS5 to play the Into the Spider-Verse game, but that's it. I'm not a fan of the shooter slash horror violent games. Okay, gotcha. That's understandable. Yeah, I. Oh yeah, Rust. Rust is cool. I never really got into it too much personally. Friends have gotten me to try it and play it with them, but I don't know. It's just like I'm a hipster when it comes to games, and Rust is like just like way too popular for me. You know, I don't know what it is, bro. That's just how I am. Um, there's a lot to learn in Rust. Yeah, that too. There's so much going on in that game. But bro, bro, when you get a PS5, just get Helldivers. Just get Helldivers and we can play together. Helldivers brings people together. That's what it's all about. It's me and you, maybe a couple other dudes fighting for our lives against alien invaders, bro. Like, there's nothing more to say to that. It's it's incredible. It's my favorite. It's genuinely like one of my favorite games of all time at this point because like I've met people through that game that are now my friends, like basically, and it's crazy. It's like a wholesome experience, even though like yeah, it's like violent and like shooter and like all that. Like it's oh man, it is so cool. Trust me though, do not play gotcha games. Your wallet will cry. Yeah, no, I try to stay away from those. That's for sure. And Helldivers is like very anti gotcha. Like um, it's kind of FOMO in the fact that like there's events that happen in real time in the game basically, and like if you're not really like playing during that period of time, you may miss your chance on certain things. But like that's also what keeps it interesting. Like it's always evolving. There's always something new happening or about to happen in Helldivers. Um, so I play Project Sekai. Nice, nice. I don't. I think. Okay, Helldiver. Yeah, Helldivers. Just we. I'm gonna gush about that game my whole life. So I'd be able to form a closer bond with you. All right, Ben. Oh, bro. Come on, bro. This is a platonic. It's a platonic friendship. Please. Uh, nah, you're good, bro. I make all kinds of jokes like that with friends, bro. Making gay jokes with your buddies and shit. That's how you know they're your good friends. Honestly, that's how you show affection to your guy friends is you just make those kind of jokes with them. You know. So I understand it. I know what you're going for. Don't worry. Don't worry. Um. But yeah, I'd probably never actually meet you IRL though. It'd be nice. Yeah, exactly. You know. Um. It's yeah. Honestly, and that's kind of why I like. That's why I like gaming a lot is because it gives you something to do with people that like fun to do with other people, and that can build stronger bonds with people that you'd never really meet, you know, or otherwise talk to in real life, you know, like across the world, basically, you know. And it doesn't have to be Helldivers, but like just you know any like it has to be crossplay though, because I don't have a PlayStation, I've got PC, so. Helldivers though is crossplay. Me and my friends that a couple of my friends that I met on Helldivers, we're playing Grounded right now, and that's kind of a fun, interesting kind of like survival exploration kind of game. It's like Honey I Shrunk the Kids in the backyard, but like a survival, like you can build a base and all that stuff, and um, it's pretty fun. But yeah, yep. Um, probably I don't know what I'm gonna do after the stream exactly. Um, wait, what the? Why are? Why do I have so many friends on? Wait, why am I? Okay, sorry guys. Not gonna worry about that right now. But I'll probably go live on like Helldivers something after this. So yeah, I'll probably end up doing that. Um, because now that I got my monetization back, I'll be over later. Let's go. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I understand it. Like, there's not as much. Like, the gaming stuff isn't really as personal, especially if I'm playing with other people. Um, I don't know. So I understand it, but I don't know. That's just like what I really like. Video games and like tech and like stuff is what I want to build my channel around. Like these are the things that I really like. I like a lot, and these are the things that I'm most interested in, I guess. And that's kind of just what I want to do. I mean, I know it's kind of sucks because like my grandpa really doesn't get it, you know. And I know also that I spend a little too much time at the computer, but there's just like other than trying like looking for work and stuff, which I do at the computer pretty much. You can't really go in person and find a job anymore that well. So it's kind of like how I look for a job. It's which is what my main focus, and then that's also what I want to do as like my hobby or my dream like job kind of thing, you know? So it's tough to balance it all out, and like right now it's just hard for me, and especially with the heat right now, like I can't just like go out and go for a walk. I mean, I could, but I'd just be like miserable with it being like 90 degrees or more every day. But so lately like and then I don't know. Like I've spent time with my grandpa. We've gone to the casino a bunch of times since I've been here, and but I don't know. I appreciate that, Carl. You know, and I understand that. I understand that, and but it's the fact that other people don't really get that, you know, um, because of all like the like I'm just kind of like antisocial at this point, where like I don't get enough opportunities to express myself, or like because like I don't know, at least with older people like my grandpa, like none of the stuff that I'm going through seems to matter. Like he thinks that he's kind of one of those guys that you know just stop thinking about all that stuff and do it, just you gotta do it, like. And he's right because like I do overthink. In the past I've overthought a lot in my life, and that's gotten me into some pretty rough situations, and rough points, in terms of my mental health and all that. And I agree with that, but it's also like it's not like a switch that you can just flip, and especially when depression doesn't listen to that though, right? Yeah, my dad does me the same way. He's like, go apply and call every day. Like, bro, this is not the 90s anymore. Times have changed. Facts. Yeah, yeah. And like, when I tell him that, yeah, I got an interview, he's expecting to have to take me in person for an interview when a lot of these places do virtual stuff now. But I did have an in-person interview for that farmers insurance agency, and I honestly didn't know. I didn't really think that they were gonna like hire me, which I don't even really feel like they actually hired me. It was so weird. Um, but yeah, it's just, people won't ever really fully understand like why it is that you are the way that you are, you know? And there's nothing that you can say to really get it across to anybody. And so it just feels like whenever like I'm like in a situation where I'm talking with people and they're like asking me like, "Oh, why haven't you done this? Why haven't you done that?" And it's like, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but like it doesn't really matter. Like I could try to explain all this stuff to you, but you won't ever like fully really understand it, you know? And like I don't know if that's just like me being um I want to say facetious. What does that even mean? What does that word mean? Treating serious issues with deliberately inappropriate humor. Okay, no, I don't know why I wanted to say that, but that's just a fun word. Facetious. It just came to my mind for no reason. Um, but yeah, and that's why I don't really like. I don't know, bro, because like I also like I don't feel like anybody is going to stick with me long enough to like to really get to know me, and that's kind of an issue. Like it's kind of like an abandonment kind of thing or like a neglect kind of thing, you know? Like I don't know what it is, but I just I don't want to try to explain all these things to people anymore. Like I is it not good enough for me to understand it? Like nobody else is, like I've tried to get, like I got like a I don't know, bro. Um I got a diagnosis for ADHD. That didn't seem to really matter that much to people. Nobody really looks into it themselves, and I'm not going to sit here and try to explain everything that's like wrong with me to everybody just to like because then they'll just be like, if only we lived closer. I feel that, brother. I feel that. It'd be fun to chill and hang out and just talk, bro. Um, but it's just like I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to be the one to explain all this stuff to you. If you really care about me and you want to know like how these things are affecting me, like I'm just going to tell you, yeah, I mean, like I struggle with this, and this, like depression, anxiety, ADHD, just all that shit, right? But they don't really get how debilitating that stuff is, you know? Um, and they think it's all just in your head and all that stuff. So, and like, they're partially right, but like what's in your head ends up affecting your body, right? So I appreciate that light you got me, and I try to be more as open as I can with you guys. And this is like really healthy for me to be able to just kind of like just have a few people in here. Doesn't matter how many people are here, as long as somebody's in here listening. I can just talk about shit and it feels better. Try to feel as much empathy as I can. Hey man, I feel that. I'm happy. I'm happy that you're not really suffering from stuff like that, um, and I appreciate you trying to be as empathetic as possible because a lot of people like people try to be empathetic, but when your problems don't just disappear after they've shown you empathy for a while, like people get really impatient and then they're just like they just don't care anymore. you know? And I don't know. It just it hurts because like as much as I'm like I'm in a better spot than I was in the past in terms of my mental health and stuff. Like I'm not just like I don't know, I'm not just bawling my eyes out all day every day because of how stressed and like scared I am of being homeless and all that shit. Um Now right now it's like I don't know. It's not as in my hands as people would like to think it is. Um, you know, I don't know. That's great. So glad that technology allows people to connect no matter where you are. I agree, man. And that's one of the greatest things about the internet. Like that's one of the reasons why I'm so addicted to it is because like being able to get different perspectives from all walks of life is like so valuable. Like that's invaluable to me. Um, so I kind of struggle with the impatience too. I still care about my friends, but I want to work on that. Hey man, like it's a human thing. Like everybody gets impatient. I get impatient with people being impatient with me. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not any better, you know. Like I get impatient, pretty impatient too. So, and it's something that I've had to work on a lot, considering the issues, you know, in terms of like employment and all this stuff. Like I can't get all the things that I want because I don't have the income that I need for that stuff. You know, like I wanna, I need a car. I haven't had a car for like, fuck, dude, over a year, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to say 2 years, but almost 2 years that I haven't had a car, and so like that's something that I'm being patient about. You know, it a lot of it comes from just like you gotta accept where you and where other people are. You know, you just have to live. You know, just live in the present and like not get too caught up with like, you know, why things aren't happening fast enough or as fast as you would like, you know, I guess. But um, yeah, you know, and like, you know, I get impatient with myself. Like, you know, like it's crazy. It's all coming in due time. I agree, brother. And honestly, it feels like it's only a matter of time until I can get, until I can figure things out in my life for a way that works for me because you know all these things that have come about from like having a kind of inconsistent household that kind of broke apart when I was you know going into high school pretty much um, like that's partially it, but it's like my dad like you guys don't really know all the inner workings of my family, how I was raised, all that stuff. But what I do know is that those things, alongside the fact that I didn't really get any like psychological like help when I was younger, because like I knew that I had an issue with like just sitting down and doing like schoolwork and stuff. Like I could not do it. When I got home, there was no chance in hell that I would sit down and like do some schoolwork unless I was forced to. So, and that went with me through all throughout high school. I barely graduated high school because of that, pretty much. And I even struggled to get to school, bro. So, especially when it was like all up to me, like I had my own car, like I didn't have to catch a bus or like, you know, it was just like, oh, I'll go in like halfway through the day or something, you know, like, oh, there's a class with a teacher that I really like. I'll go in for that at the start at that day, and then you know, I don't know, bro. I've always had an issue with just like structure and rule. Like I don't know. I don't even know if it's just rules, but it's like being forced to do stuff. I've always hated that, you know. So um, it makes me feel some type of way, and I don't know. It's just not in my being to just do stuff. But it's like it's the only way that I'll get anything done. Like I have to things have to get like really out of hand to the point where they're unbearable for me to actually do shit. And it's really bad, you know, and I really attribute that to like ADHD and stuff. And when I was like back back a few years now, back when I was like starting, you know, because I had been like on the mental health like social media stuff for a while, like trying to learn as much as I can and like looking stuff up and you know, just like trying to understand like why do I feel this way? What can I do about it? Like what am I supposed to do? How do I fix this? And then just like the general depression stuff, the general anxiety stuff, all that stuff ended up leading me towards ADHD. And then once I started like learning about ADHD and like how doctors. Oh, okay, brother. No, you're good, man. I appreciate you sticking around for a while, and hope to catch you on the next one. All right. Peace out, dude. Hopefully it's not on my end though. But you have a good rest of your dash or whatever, and I'll catch you next time. All right. Bye bye. I'll probably be ending the stream soon ish anyway, but yeah, like once I started doing research into the all the ADHD stuff, that's when everything just started to click for me and like I felt like okay, this is the symptoms of ADHD and everything are basically it's mine because I'm out in the country. I got you. Just making sure. But all right, dude. I'll catch you next time, man. Thanks again for sticking around and you know, hopefully there should be plenty more. Hopefully there will be more streams like this in the future, so that you can catch them. But yeah, yeah. Thanks again, brother. I appreciate you. But yeah, I just like starting to research ADHD. It felt like I was like researching like just the blueprint of like my life basically. Like it spoke to me to my core. Like it when I was like reading this stuff and everything, um, like it rattled me to my like spine. Like I was just like, holy shit, bro. This is like I never felt like I was understood until I started reading stuff talking about ADHD and stuff. So um, it was very enlightening to me. And but at the end of the day, though, like I have ADHD. Like, what am I gonna do with all that information? I still struggle with basic like executive function stuff and like just doing shit that I need to do. And like, okay, so if I did this things would get better, or like I don't know, um, being more organized. Like that's a great way to handle like having ADHD. And that's something that I've always kind of struggled with is just being more organized and everything. So it all started to make sense for me, but you know, I wanted, it's like I didn't, it explained everything about how my life had gone. Like, sure, like there's other family stuff involved, right? Um, you know, how I was raised, that had some effect on it, and like who my parents were. Like, they also didn't like my dad. He didn't graduate high school. He dropped out. I have ADHD and I can relate so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad we were able to connect like this because I need more people in my life that I can talk to that understand what like how that is, how it is growing up with ADHD. And for me specifically, it's like I know my room is a nasty mess, but like why bother cleaning it, right? Like you clean it up, it'll just start getting dirty again, right? Until you end up having to clean it again. No, I understand that. And I kind of have gotten better at that, but like things sometimes they do still start to pile up, but it's like, you know, living with my grandpa, I don't want him to look in my room and be like, this is just and get mad at me and stuff at this point. Also misplace things a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely lost a lot of shit in my life for sure. The thought of cleaning my room feels like climbing a mountain. Yeah, I feel that. And that mountain only gets bigger the more the more you let it like get dirty. So it's just like you can't win, bro. You can't win. Something that what I've kind of found is like you basically like you can't let it pile up. You have to just it's so much easier to just keep try to stay on top of it. Like once you clean it, um just make sure it doesn't get too dirty. I'm not trying to preach. I'm just saying, don't take it the wrong way, but that's what I've found is like it's a lot easier to just clean up the little bits of mess that you make each day or whatever, than at the end of the month and it's like a fucking oh god, like but yeah, I'm sure you understand that. So, um, but yeah, no, I mean this has been a great conversation. I'm very happy with how the stream went, and I really appreciate I appreciate you guys being here and just listening to me rant a little bit about some of this stuff. I also think taking care of myself and my surroundings is pointless because we live in horrible times as is, right? Now, I understand that for sure. It's like my life is kind of in the shitter right now, and like it doesn't really make sense for you to keep everything all spick and span and like perfect when like inside and like in your like your regular life is like in shambles. You know what I mean? It just doesn't that doesn't make sense. But only thing I take care of is my native plant garden. Okay. I mean, at least you got one thing, That's for sure. I would just focus on that and try to, appreciate how that makes you feel, the fact that you care about that and try to let that bleed into other things, I guess. But that's easier said than done, so I don't know. Um, you know, man. Yeah, I wish I had more like people in my real life that I could just talk to about that stuff and that really truly understood this because like it just sucks, and I'm sure that there's some people that I know in real life but that I could talk to about it, but I don't know. It just I'm scared to, honestly. Like I just have had so many bad experiences with just even like family members and even some friends have kind of treated me poorly in the past, and I don't really want to chance it anymore. Like um, you know, so do have quite a few IRL friends, but it feels exhausting to talk to them, even though I love them. I feel that, and I'd like to think that I do as well. I've a decent, at least a handful of IRL friends, but because of where I'm at in my life, like I feel like I don't deserve friends. You know, it sucks, bro. Like not having income and shit. Like I tend to share my feelings more with online friends. I got that. I get you. No, I understand that. Um, you know, maybe it's like there's less at stake. I guess like you don't want to burden your IRL friends because like if whenever you lose an IRL friend, I feel like that probably maybe it I don't know, maybe it hurts the same as like an online friend if they got, fucking if they got upset at you and said something and like it kind of like messes up your friendship or something, but I don't know. And like I don't have a lot of like I haven't had that happen a lot with friends, but I have had it happen with a friend that I thought was like basically my best friend at the time. Um, and he just kind of like turned around and was like, "Bro, I don't know." I could go back and like read the messages, but he just like he laid it into me, and I was just like, "Bro, that's like okay, dude. I mean, all right." I don't know. I can't really like remember exactly what kind of things he said, but yeah, it just sucks. I feel like IRL friends kind of feel more like family and stuff. So, but maybe I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah. Anyways, I think I'm probably gonna end the stream here. Pretty soon. We've been going for about an hour and a half, and yeah, I kind of want to try to hop on, maybe play some games for the stream or something. I don't know. I just want to do some more stuff, and yeah. But we'll do this again. I want more opportunities like this to just talk about things and life in general and connect with you guys. So this is a good way for me to do that, and I appreciate you all, everybody that stopped by, um, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. But for now, I just again, just to recap, I just wanted to update you guys on the whole channel situation with the AdSense PIN and all that. So monetization's back, and I kind of just I talked to you guys about what happened with the last job that I had, and that's pretty much we kind of got into some personal mental health stuff at the end and just like life stuff in general, but yeah, I'd like to do this more. Hopefully, I can bring myself to do it because God knows that I struggle. I struggle with doing things that I like to do sometimes. So, and I haven't done this enough to really. I don't know. I struggle with being consistent a lot of the time. So I feel like I always have to be switching things up all like constantly, or else I just get like terribly bored. But thanks, Light. I really appreciate that. Hang in there. Don't give up on life, no matter how shit it is. Facts. That's my perspective on it. I'm never gonna give up, no matter how hard things get. I know things can always turn around, and possibilities are endless. So hey, I'm number one. Let's go, dude. Ended up being number one with 125 XP. I don't even know how that happened. I don't know why. Why did it just bring you up to 125 XP? I don't know, bro. I wish I knew, but I don't know. That's interesting though. We'll figure it out eventually. I just got to do this more, and maybe I'll do some research into why that is. But we'll see. We'll see. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks again, everybody, especially Light. I'm really glad that we were able to talk a little bit about some of this stuff. I feel more validated than I have in a while. So, I appreciate that, and yeah, I will catch you guys on the next time. You have a good rest of your night, and yeah, I'll do the same. Peace.